Welcome back on a Saturday afternoon on the Running Reb channel. Hey, look guys, I'm just going to give you a little pop of what the enjoyment of beekeeping is. A 1-month-old Nook moved over to a 10-frame box, and man, I'm telling you, it's addictive. Beekeeping is totally addictive. Quick update, I moved the small hive that we were having problems with. I had the queen cell in it actually to a Nook, and they are doing much better. Excuse me, I had to get that one off there. Coming in with a lot of pollen, even acting a little bit better. So we are going to jump into the garden here in a minute and do some weed eating, or I call it weed eating, might as well be. It's been a couple weeks since I've been in there, but I'll give you an update here in a little bit on the tomatoes and show you how to weave them up through the cattle panel that we got them on. But right now I have got a lot of tilling left to do. As you can see, my melon patch and cantaloupe patch, with all the rain we've had in the last couple days and me being out with surgery, I ain't been able to work it, so I've got to get down here and get some of the grass knocked off of it. But catch you later. Hope y'all have a great day. Alright, we're back again, and I'm going to do some work with the tomatoes. So I'm going to show you the difference right now of the way I trellis them up on a cattle panel or a piece of fencing versus the cage. I'm going to show you why I prefer the fence when tying up tomatoes. So right here I've got a cage, and I do it the way I normally do. As you can see, we've got just a piece of field wire wrapped in a circle, and I actually hang it up high up on the fence post. As you can see right here, probably about 4 foot off the ground is the top, and about 6 inches under the bottom. But as you can tell, I can't get under there with my garden hoe. So that is one of the reasons why I prefer to do the fence, is I can get up around them, and I'm going to show you right now the difference. All right. As you can tell, there's nothing, and by there being nothing underneath the plant, it allows it more nutrients, and I can go under here and get dirt, move dirt around, add fertilizer, add compost, whatever I want throughout the season. Now these tomatoes here, I have not cut any sucker limbs off them, as some people call it. I don't believe in doing that. Some people do. Some people swear by it. I'm not one of them. And as you can tell, let's see if you can see what I'm talking about here. This is how I secure them to the fence with yarn, or you can weave them up through here. I can either take this vine and weave it like that and let it grow up to the cattle panel, but you see I've made a little triangle right there with yarn. I actually tied a knot on this side, brought it around the plant, came around the fencing, back over. This allows your plant to move in the wind, and also as this plant's growing, it doesn't bind it. It lets it grow. So these stalks right here are not ready to go yet. I'll let them grow a couple more foot, and then I'll start winding them up through here like so. Let me find another one here for you, and I'll show you. This is just the difference I prefer in how I secure my tomatoes. Alright, my phone keeps messing up, so I'm going to have to edit all this together. Alright, what you want to do is grab you a piece of yarn, and I usually keep yarn tied to my fence just when I'm out here and I forget about it. Alright, now like I said, I can take this and I can weave it through like that, However, I'm not. But the good thing about this is I can tie either side, okay? So I'm gonna take this stem right here and I'm gonna go under the strongest little limb on it that I can find. And I'm simply gonna come on the back side of it. Now I'm tying up 2 limbs at once right here with this. And I'm gonna pull it up tight, tie a knot on one side of the fencing with my yarn. Doesn't have to be a real strong knot, just a little knot. Pull it up to where I want it to stay at. Then I'm going to come over here and I'm going to tie this off. Now, that's it. Or like I said, I can come through here and I can weave these vines in. There's one down here that I'm going to eventually have to tie up within the week. What I'll probably do is just weave it in, okay? It's a simple process. Anybody can do it. Now let me take you back up to the cages, okay? This is just kind of an update on some earlier videos. All right, now, on one of my previous videos, I had went and bought a $3 plant, okay? There's your $3 plant, 2 foot tall, okay? Got it? There's my 4 for $2.50 plants. And as you can tell, we've got tomatoes coming on. All right, here's another way to weave. I'm gonna show you real quick. Just take it, run it through the cattle panel. Voila, we're done. There's where your tomatoes will be from the blooms. This stem will grow, and I can take it and weave it back that way. There. Just like weaving a basket. Versus a cage. With a cage, I have to come out here all the time and pull these in. Because if you don't, they'll grow out of the cage and they'll wind up breaking the stems. Okay? These are the Sweet 100s. They're more of a Tommy toe. So I really don't worry about them coming out of the cage. I try to keep them in there as much as I can. However, they grow crazy. So, and as you can tell, down the bottom, we got some coming in. The blooms are doing good. So, everything's looking pretty good in the garden this year. Jalapeno pepper, and I got one California Wonder. It needs to be picked pretty soon. And we'll walk back over here. I'm not really going to worry about removing the grass from the cantaloupe and watermelon patch right now. Because once these jokers start running, there's not going to be much I can do anyway. That's the pumpkins. They've been in here for a couple weeks. Some of y'all may have saw the video with the triple 13 in a 12-ounce Coca-Cola bottle, 16-ounce Coca-Cola bottle, whatever it was, dumping the hole. And as you can tell, I am needing to thin these jokers out. And that's what I'm going to do right now while we're standing here chatting. Okay? But just, that's how fast the pumpkin will grow. And I've just showed you right here. Let me show you the root system on it. Okay? See where the root system is now? When that root system gets a foot down below that plant, it's going to be hitting the fertilizer that we put in the bottom. And it'll take off like a rocket. Everything's looking pretty good. We got some good stands of watermelon this year. Now I can't guarantee you what they're going to do. But I've done what I could. There's some Moon and Stars melons. Like I said in a previous video, you can tell the Moon and Star video because, or Moon and Star melons, because of the speckles on them. The leaves have speckles and the watermelons will have speckles on them. I'm hoping they do pretty good this year, and I'll be able to show you what it looks like. I need to really thin out the okra, as you can tell. I haven't had a chance to get down here. It's been raining. Knee surgery kept me tied up in the house for a couple days, and said I need to get down here and pull some of this out. But I'll get it later on this evening. I'm fixing to go build me some bee boxes and take a break. I've been at it since early this morning. Alright, let's go over the weaving part with this plant real quick. Well, here's my tomato plant. Alright, here's my cattle panel that we put up. Take the plant in your hand, move it, find a limb that'll go around, and simply stick it through the cattle panel. And when it grows, I'm going to come back and I'm going to weave it through this one right here, back over or back this way. Alright? Stay away from the cages if possible. If you have a small garden or a potted plant or a 5-gallon bucket plant, hey, the cage works great around the bucket or the pot. But if you have a space to garden, go to Tractor Supply. 16 bucks I think it is before taxes, and they're well worth it. You can use this for a variety of things: cucumbers, green beans, tomatoes, anything that usually has a vine except for a watermelon or cantaloupe. Now, I did put cantaloupes up on a fence one year and they really didn't do that well. It was just an experiment that I tried. But pick up a cattle panel. They're 16 foot long. That'll give you enough spacing for let's see, I usually go 2 foot in between mine because of the ground I got. It's really a fertile section right here. However, I would recommend, if it's a small garden, put 5 tomato plants out on it, kind of space them evenly, separate the distance. 5 tomato plants will do wonders for you if you're able to take care of them. And this system right here that I'm using, tying them up, allows you to get under them. And if you're the type of person that wants to remove the sucker weeds or stems, then, you know, have at it. But for me, I'm good with them on there. I don't want to open up my plant for pests to smell or disease. And where I'm at right now, the first time a deer gets a whiff of something in this garden, they're over here. That's why Homer Simpson is still down there at the end of it, which he's done a fantastic job, by the way. But anyhow, that's Running Reb, update on some tomatoes and cantaloupes and pumpkins and everything else we got. So hit like if you like, please subscribe. You know, any question you've got, please feel free to leave a comment, and I'll try to answer it as soon as possible. Out here, demonstration, whatever you need, I'm fine with that. But again, hit like or subscribe, and it's been a pleasure out here in the garden today with the weather, and I hope to see you real soon again. Y'all have a great evening.